The episode starts with Iroha is shown taking a bath and thinking about Aki. She's thinking about their shopping trip tomorrow and is blushing. She wonders if her brother or Sumire senpai will go. She thinks they won't, but she suspects Mashiro will definitely go and that Mashiro might like Aki. She thinks, I definitely can't lose to her. The next day, Aki goes to Iroha. Iroha tells him, you shouldn't keep a girl waiting like this. Aki was a little late and apologizes. As they are about to go shopping, Iroha holds Aki's hand. Aki feels awkward and tells her not to do that. Iroha says it's normal. She's just holding his hand. Then Mashiro also takes his other hand and shyly says, it's normal among friends. If Iroha holds your hand, I will too. Aki is surprised. Iroha laughs and says, now you look like the hero of an anime, with girls on both sides. Aki tells her not to laugh so much, saying he's embarrassed. Iroha tells him, don't worry, as long as I'm with you. Aki says, it's fine. First, let's go watch a movie. The funny part is that Iroha wants to watch a samurai movie, and Mashiro wants to watch a shark movie. Iroha suggests a romantic movie. Aki says it's not a romantic movie. Iroha says she doesn't want to waste her holiday watching a silly shark movie. Mashiro starts describing her movie to persuade Iroha, but Iroha says, you don't need to act cool. Honestly, I don't like it at all. Mashiro again insists they should watch her movie. Iroha says, if you want to lose to me, then I don't care. Don't cry later. You can't even imagine how many movies I've watched. Aki tells them, you two don't need to act like this. Iroha says, your place is my place. Mashiro is surprised and realizes that Iroha watches movies at Aki's house. Iroha confirms it. Aki says, if you to keep fighting like this, then everyone should just go watch the movie they want. Iroha suggests we should vote. Your suggestion is also important, right? Mashiro agrees, and poor Aki is stuck between them. He says friends don't go to different movies together. Mashiro says boys can never understand a girl's feelings. Aki thinks now they are agreeing with each other. They finally decide to play rock, paper, scissors. Mashiro loses and Iroha wins. They go to watch the samurai movie. After the movie finishes, Aki says it was a decent movie. Iroha says, I told you it would be good. She says she'll be back from the restroom in a minute. Iroha asks Mashiro if she needs to go to the restroom, but Mashiro declines. Iroha leaves. Taki asks Mashiro if she feels nervous. Mashiro says no. Aki says Iroha is truly a headache. Mashiro says, no, it's not like that. I know she's a good person and I want to get to know her. Aki says, I'm glad to hear that. Mashiro explains that children full of excitement remind her of her past. She becomes very nervous. Aki notices this and tells her, if you want to tell me something, I'm ready to listen, but I don't know much about you. Suddenly, two girls show up. They say, oh, it's Mashiro. She's sitting with a boy. I think he's her boyfriend. She hasn't changed at all. I bet she's still reading her manga in the corner of the school. They keep talking like this. Akiya tells them, who gave you the right to come here and talk rubbish? Whatever she does, what does it matter to you? The girls say, Mr. Boyfriend, you look very cool. One girl approaches Mashiro and asks, did you read that lovely novel to this girl or not? Mashiro gets scared and says, please, don't talk about those things. The girls say, don't worry, we'll keep it a secret. I think this girl's about to cry. This is really crazy. Aki is shocked to see all this and says, I think you should shut up now. Aki tells the girls, your faces, your voices, and everything about you are ugly. I think you should leave now. Quietly, the girls tell him, you loser, you don't need to talk so much rubbish. Aki tells them, you shouldn't be blackmailing people like this. He thinks to himself, actually, I do the same thing with Sumire senpai. The two girls leave. Aki asks Mashiro, are you okay? Is this the reason you started skipping school? Mashiro says yes. Aki asks, what novel were they talking about? Mashiro gets nervous again, apologizes, and runs away. Iroha returns and asks, is everything all right? Why did Mashiro run away? Aki explains that Mashiro suddenly got very sad. Aki looks around for her, but can't find her. He wonders where she could have gone. He remembers the movie and checks the theater. Mashiro is sitting there. Aki sits next to her and says, you like movies, don't you? He talks about a funny character from the movie. Mashiro asks, what are you doing here? Aki replies, I just came to watch a movie. Mashiro says, I know you're lying, and apologizes to him. Aki gives her some advice, saying things are only easy when you want to do them. Mashiro says she feels awkward in front of people. I was alone from the beginning. She explains she used to write novels to escape reality, but the two girls found out and read it out loud in front of the whole class, embarrassing her. It really hurt me. Aki says, honestly, that's really amazing. I also know a novelist who is very talented. He mentions the name and asks if she knows of them. Mashiro says yes. Aki says that person is doing great among the newcomers. He mentions that this novelist agreed to help their fifth floor game without any reason. He says that when he feels strange sometimes, he also reads a book. He continues, some people try to bring others down to elevate themselves. Honestly, those kinds of people are disgusting. The novelist is referring to Sumera Senpai, whose book is very famous now. Mashiro says that if people found out who wrote the novel, it would be embarrassing. Aki replies, we can't stop that. We can't stop people from being embarrassing. That's just human nature. But that doesn't mean we should stop doing our work. There are also people who praise your work a lot. Aki reassures her, telling her not to worry and just to follow him. Mashiro feels much better after listening to him. They leave, and everything seems fine now. Next, Iroha is shown confronting the two girls. She makes a few funny remarks that make the girls feel comfortable. Then she starts speaking highly of Mashiro. The guy Mashiro is dating is truly an amazing person. And honestly, you two witches don't stand a chance to date him. You're not even close to him. She insults them harshly. The girls ask, do you want to fight us now? Iroha angrily says, if you're not ready for the consequences, you shouldn't open your mouth. Mashiro is terrified seeing Iroha like this. Iroha is doing a very aggressive voiceover of a dangerous character. The two girls get scared by the voice. Aki explains that this is Iroha's talent, dubbing different characters. Iroha tells the girls, I'm telling you, Mashiro is not my friend, but if you try to do anything to her, you'll regret it. Iroha is about to hit the girls, but Aki arrives. When Aki looks at Iroha's eyes, he gets scared too. Aki angrily tells the girls, we don't need your apology, but I'm telling you not to show your faces here again. The girls apologize a lot and run away out of fear. Iroha says, sir, you came at the right time. Iki asks, didn't you go too far? Iroha agrees, yes, I think so too. Iki says, but you actually did a great job. They talk a little more, and Mashiro arrives. Mashiro says, you must have seen everything, and I'm sorry, I went too far. Mashiro says, you don't need to apologize. I should apologize to you, she admits. I thought wrongly about you. I thought you were like those girls. But do you want to be my friend? Iroha is happy to hear this, and they become friends. Aki is happy to see this. Aki is then shown with his uncle, talking about Mashiro. The uncle says he did a great job. Mashiro's problems from the previous school are solved, and she's happy now. He asks about Iroha. I heard she's also a member of your 5th floor game. Aki says no. The uncle asks, she's the voiceover artist in your game, right? Aki asks, who told you about this? The uncle says, Mashiro told me about it. And honestly, I knew for a long time that you only have one voiceover artist. Aki is surprised. The uncle says it's amazing that one person is doing the voiceover for so many characters. Aki says, you know it's Iroha, and I want you to keep it a secret. The uncle says, yes, I knew you would say something like that. Don't worry, I'll keep it a secret. The uncle changes the topic and asks, Aki, tell me the truth. Is Iroha your girlfriend or not? Aki says, no, it's not like that. The uncle says he's glad to hear that. He talks about Mashiro, saying, if you start acting like her boyfriend in real life, you'll truly regret it. Aki says, you don't need to worry. I don't think Mashiro likes me. The scene shifts to Mashiro. She's thinking about Aki. Now, for an amazing fact. In the theater, Aki mentioned 2 names of novelists. One was Sumera Senpai, and the other name he didn't tell us was Maki Kai, the talented newcomer. That newcomer was Mashiro herself. She thinks, I think I didn't tell Aki everything, and I should tell him. She also thinks, I want to be special for him. I don't want to be Maki Kai. I want to be myself. After this, we don't know if she deletes her page or publishes it. We'll find out in the next episode. Next, Iroha is shown listening to music. Aki suddenly turns the volume up, and Iroha's ears hurt. She shouts at Aki, if you do something like this, my ears could be damaged. What will I do then? Aki says, then I'll marry you, or whatever you say, I'll do. He then says he was joking. They talk a little about money. Iroha talks about her headphones. She says whenever she wears them, her studies are great, and she can do her voiceover work very well. She thanks him a lot for it. Aki says, if you want to thank me, please stop bothering me. Iroha says, I don't think I can do that. She then says, honestly, I feel very jealous of Mashiro. Aki tells her to stop talking like that. Iroha then continues to say that she absolutely won't lose to Mashiro. She wants Aki to stay on her side. They were talking like this, but suddenly a message arrives on Aki's phone. The message said, I love you very much. I love you the most in this world. And with that, the episode comes to an end.